There is one thing stronger than all the armies in the world put together, and that is an idea whose time has come. Idea perhaps is the most dangerous and most powerful of all the weapons. Hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sunset TV on the journey of startups. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, and if you're an aspiring entrepreneur or even otherwise, this is your destination. As we script the novel success stories of unicorns, mid and small level startups, analyze the roadblocks and give wings to your dreams of becoming a job giver and not being a job seeker. So today, let's hear the story of agri-fintech startup Apna Godam and its founder, Sanjay Agarwal. Apna Godam is a Jaipur-based agri-tech startup providing warehousing facilities, online commodity training and financing. It provides an online platform that facilitates farmers, traders and buyers. Sellers generally face difficulty in accessing warehousing facilities as terminals are situated at far-off locations. Well, Apna Godam has a solution. It identifies closed factories, old sheds and abandoned buildings near the production area and converts them into agriculture terminals. When prices of agri-produce increase, then farmers can sell the produce at premium prices. Sanjay ji, welcome to Sunset TV and thank you so much for joining us. You came all the way from Jaipur to join us in the studio. Thanks a lot and pleasure having you. Let's begin talking about your story. So, you were a chartered accountant. You had a very cushy job in an international bank. You quit that job in 2015 and thought of your own startup. Why?
So first of all, thank you for having me here and giving me this opportunity to express my ideas and my story. So I belong to an Adatiya family. You understand Adatiya? Where
Yes.
the farmers bring their produce in the mandi and the commission agents put it on auction and sell it. So my father used to, in fact, our entire generation was into that business. Then I did CA in 2003, November, and I joined. Instead of joining my father's business at that time, I found HDFC Bank job more lucrative. And I joined that job and worked there for 11 years. I have seen that bank growing in those 11 years from a very small scale to a very large scale. Then after 11 years of job, I realized that something was missing. There was no challenge in the life. So I thought, let's do something big. In which field it should be. So I thought, why not let's start from our own family business. So I have seen farmers, coming to the mandis and, selling their produce at a very, forceful environment in the sense that they are coming from 80, 100 kilometers far from their own place and coming to the mandis and then selling it. And it was very harshful for them. So I realized that I will start something for those farmers who are small and who have very small piece of land. And it's very, very challenging for them to come to the mandi. The fact is, today, 82% farmers in the country are small and marginal.
That's true.
And they are not in a position to bring their produce directly to the mandis. There are less than 7,000 APMs in the country. And to ensure fair trade, government needs to open 20,000 new mandis, which is not possible in terms of time and money required. And that's the reason the farmers were, literally forced to sell their produce to local aggregators, and they can't afford to come to the mandis. So that challenge was something which was striking my mind every time. So I thought I will quit my job and do something in this field.
So this is a very interesting amalgamation. Agri and fintech. How did you think of this idea? And in fact, the name Apna Godam also sounds very interesting.
Yeah. See, this model has evolved over the period of time. In 2015, when I quit my job, I started, with one warehouse, which I built near Jaipur, where we used to keep commodity of the farmers, store it for some time, and then we used to lend money against the stock which is kept in the warehouse, and then we used to help them sell also. So that's where there were three-way solution: storage, financing, and marketing. So all three verticals. But later on, we realized that the depositors who were coming to us, they were coming from far-off locations, 100 kilometers far, 200 kilometers far. So then we realized that this storage is a acute problem, and there is a very disparity in availability of warehouses. There are so many warehouses near municipal area, big cities, but at the same time in the rural areas, deeper geographies, there are very less number of warehousing space. So we saw that gap, and that's the reason we started with a warehousing network where small farmers can bring their produce. So we started the storage, but later on, when we, there's a very interesting story about this
Yes,
also.
please go ahead.
When we started building warehouses, it was a heavy capex model, and it was very difficult to scale. So one day when I was traveling to Delhi for some official purpose, I stayed in a Oyo hotel, which was literally a house. So where I realized that it is a little three-bedroom house, which is converted into a affordable living space. So I thought when people can use or Oyo can use building or houses which are available as a hotel, why can't we use closed factories and sheds available as a warehousing space? So then we launched we produced ourselves, or we launched this concept of Apna Godam, wherein we identified all the closed factories in the vicinity, we repaired them and we converted them into warehousing space. So that's how the name came, Apna Godam, your own warehouse which is near to you. So that's how we started building number of warehouses from 1 to 20, 25 very soon, within 1 year time. And we gave a paper advertisement in the newspaper that whoever is having any closed factories or any building, they can refer to us. We will convert that into warehousing space. I got 6,000 calls.
Okay.
So that means we have that much infrastructure available, which can be readily converted into a warehousing space. But when we started converting them, we got a challenge that the banks who were giving money against the commodity, because see, people when they deposit their commodity in the warehouse, they also need finance for intermittent period. They can't survive without selling it. They need money.
That's true.
So for that reason, banks used to give them commodity finance facility. So when we go into deeper geographies, the banks are reluctant to lend money in smaller locations and in small ticket loans due to their own bandwidth issues. So that's the reason then we incorporate our own NBFC company, a fintech, again a new startup, new venture, fintech startup. The purpose of that company was to lend money to those depositors who keep their commodity in Apna Godam warehouses. So that's how the second vertical started, fintech. So this is how storage and fintech started. In 2017, Model APLM Act was rolled out by the government, central government, which stated that recommended all the state governments to open up this agriculture marketing space for private people. Yeah. And in this marketing, this reform, there is a provision that any private party can establish their own offline and online marketing setups, marketing mandis. So Rajasthan was the first state to adopt this reform quickly, and we are the first one to get notified as a private sector online mandi. So similarly, other 16 states are also in queue, and they are also in the process of issuing these kind of licenses. So now we will see that within 3 years down the line, like we see school, banking, telecom, insurance, everything, private, public coexist. Agriculture marketing is also a segment wherein the private players will be coexist. So this way, all these three verticals, storage, finance and online mandi, all three are put together in one single application.
Fantastic, and that's a perfect amalgamation. But Sanjay ji, tell me, how did you build this entire network of farmers, and what are the specific commodities that you deal in?
We have two products. One is warehouse based, where any farmer or any agriculturalist can sell their produce when they have to bring their commodity to our terminals, which I talked about. We have repaired some closed factories and converted them into Apna Godams.
Yes.
So that's one method. In that case, the commodity is whenever we launch any warehouse, the nearby, all the 100 kilometers periphery, all the village level aggregators, all the farmers are educated, and we use our marketing team to go there and tell them that we have opened a marketing terminal near your space where you can bring your commodity and sell it online. So that's one method. Now second is we have launched this Anaj Ki Ola Uber. Now this is a very interesting model, because even if I start opening new terminals, again the challenge is the same.
Yes.
You cannot open 20,000 or 30,000 marketing terminals
That's true.
for all the farmers.
That's true.
So there has to be some solution wherein you don't force anybody to bring their commodity to something, somewhere. The commodity should be sold right at the farm gate. So for that purpose, we launched this product called Anaj Ki Ola Uber, in which what we do is, all the buyers, they capture their bid price and their PIN code in the mobile application. Suppose there is a buyer in Hyderabad, he says, I want to purchase wheat at this PIN code, at this price. Somebody is in Delhi, he captures his price, X price, at this PIN code, and this way all the buyers have captured their PIN code and the price. Now, at the moment any seller expresses his intention to sell, or he tries to discover the price, he tries to figure out the price on the application, system detects the PIN code of the farmer and it compares the distance of all the prospective buyers, and it automatically calculates the transportation cost which is likely to be incurred in case of all the prospective buyers. It will reduce it from the bid price, government taxes, our commission, and it will show the net take-home price to the seller. So look at this, the farmer need not to approach all the prospective buyers कि आप क्या भाव मेरा लोगे और मुझे वहाँ पहुँचाने में कितना मुझे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट लगेगा. The farmer, this we have done in the algorithm itself. The transportation cost is reduced from the bid price automatically, the taxes, our commission, and farmer is able to see which is the best, most suitable buyer for him.
That's true.
And the moment he has selected the buyer, the price discovery and the buyer-seller matching has been done. So now comes the second part, how to execute the transaction. Because see, any trade, whether it is a commodity trade or it is a other general trade, there are three legs of any trade: quality, delivery, and payment.
Right.
So now who will execute all these three transactions? So for that reason, what we did, we appointed one logistic partner in every village. And that logistic partner works just like in case of Uber cab, what we do, whenever we want to go to any place, we just put our request on a mobile application, the nearest cab driver comes to us and he help us. In the same fashion, what we have done is, we have a separate application for all those logistic partners in every village. The moment the farmer expresses or discovers the price, the notification goes to the nearest logistic partner that there is somebody who wants to sell the commodity, and that logistic partner will immediately go to the farmer's place with all the packaging material and the quality testing kit, and he will go there, he will check the quality of the commodity. If there is need of any discounting, he will do that then and there. He will pack the commodity, call for a truck and dispatch it. And before dispatching, the payment will be done in the agent will confirm that I have taken possession of the stock. You can release the payment, and then payment is released to the farmer, and then commodity is dispatched to the buyer.
Sanjay ji, what were the challenges? This model sounds, of course, very, very fascinating, but I'm sure it mustn't have been very easy to implement the idea.
It was really, there were a lot of challenges when we launched it. I launched it in a small village in Jodhpur district in Rajasthan, followed the Tehsil. So there, when I launched it, I was there for 2.5 months. In the first launch, first transaction, it took 2.5 months. So we had to figure out all the challenges, what all the challenges were there. So immediately in the daytime, we used to travel to the villages, we used to take feedback of the farmers, and the night time we used to, with my developers team, software team, we used to, change those, all the required things into the software, and next day again we launch it. So it took entire 2.5 months. But after that, when I started the first transaction, in the next 3 days time, we used to get 250 calls a day, 250 requests a day from the farmers, which our agents were not able to cater. So that day I realized that this concept is going to be very big. Next Ola, it's going to be. So we immediately, cut short our geographical area where we used to operate. We told all the farmers that currently we will be able to cater only 2-3 villages, and next time we will launch it in a bigger manner. So that's why we were forced to, cut short our area of operation.
Then how did you expand to different villages and different districts of Rajasthan, of course?
Yeah, so that's how we started with groundnut piece and in one village. So that's the reason I'm saying 2 years or 3 years back when we started, it was the first year we did only 1 crore rupees turnover. Next year we did some 18 crore, and third year we did 32. Last year it was 50 crore, and this year we are going to cross 100 crores. So in this space, we realized that we don't need to expand geographically. Rather, we used to penetrate more in the current operations, current area only. Even if we cater only 10 kilometers periphery, even that area is that much, it can give us that much business, which we don't need to focus anywhere else. See, whenever we launch any new location, what all we have to do is, we have to appoint one logistic partner. Because we are going to introduce this application in this area, and you are going to get notifications. The moment you get any notification, you go there and you do these things. So that's all we need to do. We don't need to, do any marketing or any camping, or we have to issue flyers or give any cashbacks or any bonus, nothing. The moment we start only one transaction, the app goes viral in that particular area.
Right. So do you plan to expand it to the different states of the country?
Yes, we plan to. We have already applied in Madhya Pradesh, and we are about to get the license there also. And then our next move will be to go to Assam, Telangana, where all states are very keen to issue these private sector online money licenses. So that's our plan. But as of now, we are bootstrapped, and we are focusing more on, making our product more scalable and more, repeatable, and removing all the inefficiencies or all the improvements which are needed.
And of course, as you said, that more than expansion in your line, permeation is more important.
Absolutely.
But Sanjay ji, before I wrap up this conversation, now there are a lot of budding entrepreneurs, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur yourself, what is your biggest message to them?
What I feel, ma'am, the persistence is the only quality which is much needed today. Talent want, or you can say education want, or a genius want. Nobody will be able to do this unless there is persistent. It took entire 2.5 months. I resided in a place, in farmer's place, and it took so much time. I could have dropped any day. If I would have dropped that day, any day, today I would not have reached to the place where I am today. So
Absolutely.
persistence was very, very important. So that's what my message is, that if you have an idea, you have to continuously, strike it again and again and again.
Absolutely. And before wrapping up, your future projections.
Ma'am, we have plans that we will be adding more commodities instead of going to more new geographies. Of course, we'll be doing pilots in some other states like Punjab, Haryana, UP, and Madhya Pradesh. But that will be only for testing and keeping our mobile application more state friendly. Otherwise, our major plans are to adding more commodities so that we can cater to the farmers in entirety. If a farmer is producing 5 commodities, we are able to cater for all 5 commodities.
And as you were telling us that you're also connecting the mumfali wala to the farmer directly.
Yeah, that's a very interesting story in this. I mean, in which I realized that the groundnut of Rajasthan is famous for consumption as a whole. The roadside street vendors roast it and sell it, and this groundnut is consumed in Bengal, Bihar, Punjab, UP, all these 5-6 states. So I literally followed the groundnut vehicle from farm to Nepal border, and I realized that there were 6 to 7 mediators in this entire chain, and I thought that the entire end user is the street vendor. So what we did is we have captured the location of 2,000 street vendors in our mobile application. So we have a density map wherein we know that this is the area where maximum street vendors are there. So we open our distribution centers in that place. And then we directly connect from the farmers to the street vendor and removing the entire middlemen.
Fantastic. That's a very, very novel idea. Of course, removing the middleman, ensuring that the income actually is given to the farmers.
Right.
But Sanjay ji, thank you so much. You came all the way from Jaipur to share your fantastic story with us. I'm sure it's going to inspire other budding entrepreneurs.
Yeah, pleasure is mine. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, viewers, that's all I had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sunset TV. Goodbye for now from my side.